Hi, my name is Jamie Prickett. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Experior Financial Group, and today I'm going to take you on a journey through the intricacies of how our operation truly runs. So to start off with, when we started this company, my wife and I had this dream that we could build this amazing company, and we were a little naive, entering the MGA world, or the managing general agency world. But what we did know is we knew a lot about the different models. We've done a lot of homework on this, and we actually looked at the three different models in our industry. That is the career or the captive agencies, the MGA, the managing general agencies, or the independent channel, dealer brokers. We then also looked at the multi-level marketing or the network marketing models. And one thing that we found out is that there was some tremendous positives in all three of those models, right? For example, the career and the captive agency, a lot of great training and support, right? A lot of guidance when you're brand new, especially for people that don't have a background in the industry. Then we looked at the MGA world. Well, it's great if you have a lot of experience. You have access to multiple carriers. Compensation is tremendous. Then you look at the network marketing. Well, man, you can recruit an army. I mean, you can build a downline of agents. You can earn passive income and overrides. You can open up in multiple territories. So there was positives in all three, but a lot of people don't talk about the negatives that are in all three. The network marketing, it's pretty simple. Most people don't make any money. They have to recruit hundreds of people just to have maybe one or two actually achieve some level of success. Compensation is very low. The image is not so bright, right? A lot of people look down or frown on these types of operations. Then you have the MGA world. Well, it all seems like sunshine and rainbows. I have access to all these carriers. I make the high comp, but the training and support just isn't there for the new people, right? It's really an industry that was built around the old dogs, right? It's like if you don't have white hair and you're in the MGA world, you're probably an anomaly, okay? Then we look at the career and the captive. Yes, there's some pros if you're starting out in your career. However, there's limited ownership. You can't expand nationwide. It's difficult to expand sometimes just out of your own territory. So what Experior did is we took the best of all three of these types of models in our industry. We put them together and we call it a tribrid. Now, a tribrid is a phrase that we coined many years ago, but it couldn't be even more true then than it is today. And what I love about our tribrid is that we are constantly working on ways to improve on the MGA channel, on the career channel, and on the network marketing channel. And if someone was to say, well, what is Experior? Are you an MGA? Are you network marketing? Are you a career shop? The answer is no, no, and no. We are one in of itself. We believe we have created the first tribrid in the marketplace where you can have all the benefits of those three models, but stripping away the fat and all the negative that goes with them. Now, one thing that we do when we're advertising or sharing our opportunity with prospective agents is we have this career seminar that we call a BTO. BTO stands for brand, timing, and ownership. Now, when it comes to brand, this is a simple one. Most people, when they work for a company, they want to work with a company that they're proud of, that they're proud to say, I work with this company. See, in the MGA world, they don't really have brands in the marketplace, right? You think of some of the biggest MGAs, to the public, they don't have a clue who these companies are. To the agents that work with these companies and work with other competing companies, we all know who some of these big brands are. So these MGAs have the agents go out and brand themselves. But for that reason, there's literally thousands of insurance agencies across Canada, yet there's not thousands of MGAs. So how does that work? It's because most MGAs allow agents to incorporate themselves and start branding themselves. The problem with that is they'll never build a national brand. But then on the flip side, you look at some of the network marketing companies where they do have a national brand and they do have a name that you can put on your business card, but unfortunately it's a negative name, right? And people aren't so proud of it. I can think of, I'm not going to use examples here, but I can think of companies where agents are on LinkedIn and they're saying things like, I'm self-employed at business owner. And it's like, that doesn't say anything. Odds are they're probably a part of a network marketing company and they're afraid to say the name of the company. See, when we built Experior, we wanted to build a reputable brand in the marketplace, not just amongst our peers, but also amongst our customers. And when someone thinks of Experior, I don't want them to think of just an insurance agency or just an investment company. What I want them to think about is a company that truly cares about the Canadian consumer, that we truly want to make an impact in the lives of not only the customers that we serve, but also the agents that we serve. See, our brand, if it's one thing, it's a brand of a company that has integrity, that wants to share an opportunity with fellow peers, fellow agents in the marketplace, but also share an opportunity to families, how they can get properly protected, become totally debt-free, and financially independent. Now, the last two parts of the BTO is the timing and the ownership. I'm going to touch on timing quickly. When you think about timing, timing is one of the most critical things in starting a business. And what I believe is that we are at the perfect storm right now in the marketplace. As many of you know, we went through a pandemic over the last several years. Right now, it's December 2023 as of the recording of this video. And, in the start of 2020, things got really ugly. And a lot of people started working from home, or they had a hybrid career, coming to the office and working from home. Some people chose to leave their place of employment altogether, stay at home with the children, help raise the family that way. But a lot of people, most importantly, got impacted emotionally, but they also got impacted financially. And see, financially, I think that our country is at a very difficult situation today. Inflation is at an all-time high. The housing prices is up, gas prices is up, food prices is up, everything is up, but one thing is not up to the same standard, and that is people's income. So I believe when you think about the timing of our opportunity, it couldn't be better to show people how they can go out, earn additional income, maybe on a part-time basis, helping some families, or a possible career change if they see this opportunity fit for them. That is what I believe timing is today. The timing has never been better. Also, because we are only a 10-year-old company as of the recording of this video, and I mean, man, time flies. I was 34 years old when we launched this baby, but 10 years old still makes us the youngest big MGA in the entire industry. Right now, we are the 6th largest MGA in Canada. Out of over 400 MGAs, we are the 6th largest, and we're one of the youngest at only 10 years of age. When you think about timing, some people that want to get in as an entrepreneur, they want to get in early, okay? Kind of like, when Mark Zuckerberg was working out of his college dorm, or Steve Jobs was working out of his garage. That's the time that you want to get in. Now, we're not working out of a garage. We've got a massive corporate head office here in Guelph, Ontario. We've got another great corporate head office in Buffalo, New York for our American side. But I'll tell you what, we are still at that home garage feel, that dorm room feel in terms of the opportunity that we have ahead of us. And the last part is the ownership. Now, I believe ownership is critical, and I'm going to touch on ownership towards the end of this presentation. Before I do that, though, I want to really dive into the Experior opportunity in terms of what do we do? How do we help families? Well, you're going to see on the screen here right now is that we have access to multiple carriers. Okay, we are a direct MGA with all these companies you see on this screen. See, one of the important factors when you are choosing a company to work with is what partners do they have? Do they have carriers that you can go to serve your clients? And we believe with the partners that we've chosen and that have chosen us, by the way, who have all done their due diligence on us. I mean, some of these companies, one of them there is the largest in Canada. They do their homework before they enter in relationships with MGAs or prospective MGAs. And we are so proud to call these companies all partners of Experior. But not only do we have these incredible partners, on this next slide you're going to see, we also have some referral partnerships. These are companies that help our clients with debt, banking, credit cards, mortgages, pet insurance, home and auto insurance, you name it. We are accessing all sorts of resources for our agents. And the really exciting part is, for most of our referral partnerships, there's no license necessary. So we have the ability to show someone that's not licensed joining Experior that they can actually go out and start earning some additional income while they're studying to get their license. Now, when we talk about getting a license, I want to touch on that. Someone that joins Experior pays a one-time registration fee of $150 and then $39 a month for our back office and support system and tools and resources and everything else. Now, in order for them, if they were to go and get all these tools on their own, they would be spending several $100s on a monthly basis. We have a CRM system. We have email campaign builders. You have your own email G Suite account. You've got access to a company scoreboard. We've got all the training videos, tools, resources, an expert financial analysis. You've got, quoting software tools. You name it, from a technology standpoint, you have it. Complete transparency. If you start to build a team with us, you can see everything that's going on in your entire organization. All that is for $39 a month. But that one-time registration that we talked about for $150, as soon as you get licensed with us, or if you're already licensed and join us, it's immediately reimbursed to you. In addition, if you're getting your license through Experior, you have to do something called the HLLQP course, which is the life and accident and sickness insurance license. When you take that course through one of the Experior providers, which include REMIC, IFSI, or Oliver's, Experior, once you become a senior financial associate, which is typically 1 to 3 months for someone to qualify, we actually will reimburse you for the cost of your course as well. On top of that, the government even has benefits to reimburse you for the course. So quite literally, someone can get a license with Experior and they actually make a few bucks doing it. Not to mention, holding a license in the insurance industry qualifies you as a T4A self-employed individual, which means now you're going to also have some additional tax benefits. Perhaps you use one of the rooms in your home for an office. Perhaps you have to, upgrade your computer, right? Perhaps you use your cell phone for business. These are all tax deductions that you can now incorporate into your taxes every year. And obviously talk with an accountant. I'm not an accountant, but having a home-based business, which is what Experior would qualify for you, also has some additional benefits from a tax perspective. So the next part is the compliance. Now, this one, if you're new to the industry, you might be like, well, what's the importance of compliance and why are you talking about this on an introductory video? Well, the reason I am is because our industry is all over agents these days. I mean, they are doing audit after audit after audit of all different MGAs, different agents within the industry. And Experior, back in 2022, actually went through a 6-month review of our entire back office system operations, along with 2 other large entities, actually 2 that are even larger than us. And what I'm excited is, of the 3 of us that went through all these processes, the only one that didn't have any sanctions or penalties or fines or caused us to stop being able to operate, the only one of the 3 was Experior. We came out of that audit crystal clear. If, as a matter of fact, if you go to the CCIR website, you can actually type in disciplinary actions. And if you type in any large MGA in Canada, any one of them, and I'm going to share a link in the video so that you can actually click on the link actually in the description. We'll share a link where you can click on that and you can type in the name of any Canadian MGA, any agent in the industry, and it will actually tell you if they've experienced disciplinary action. And when I did this, the exciting thing is I type in all different company names, big ones that many of you have maybe heard of, and they almost without question have issues with the regulators. There's one company, this 10-year-old company as of the recording of this video, that if you type in our name, we have 0 disciplinary action. As a matter of fact, we've had 0 errors and omissions claims. We've had 0 customer complaints even to go to the point of having an errors and omissions claim. I am so proud of our back office team, our support staff at head office, but also our amazing agents that are out there doing a good job for customers. And one of the reasons why is because we also have a system where we will not allow an agent to do business with a customer unless they've done an advisor disclosure up front. Unless they've done their reason why letter, they can't even get compensated. And if they haven't done a needs analysis for their customer, they cannot get compensated. We are the first, and to my knowledge, the only MGA in the industry that is mandating these processes. And we've been doing this for several years before it even became a regulatory requirement. We are so proud of the team and our compliance staff and everyone that's putting the brains in to make sure that we're not just here for a good time, although we're here for a long time. Now, let's talk about the money now, shall we? So at Experior, we have different levels in compensation that you can earn depending on your tenure in the industry, your background as you come in. We do something called grandfathering. If people are already experienced in the industry and they can prove that to us, we bring them in at higher contract levels. However, when someone is brand new to the industry, we start them off at a contract level that is FYC, which stands for first year commissions. And FYC means it's a percentage that the insurance carriers pay to an agent based on the product sold. Okay, so for example, if you're selling term life insurance, the FYC can range typically from 45 to 55%. If you're selling whole life or permanent insurance, it can range from 50 to 60%. If you're selling universal life, it can range from 60 to 65%. So let's be conservative for this example. Let's just say that the average FYC is 50%. Now, as a 50% FYC, that means if you go out and you sell a policy to a customer that's $83.33, if you multiply that by 12, about $1,000 of annual premium. Your FYC that would be payable on that would be $500, 50% FYC of the annual premium. In addition to the FYC that every agent earns, regardless of their contract level, there's also a bonus, okay? But it's not really a bonus, it's just called a bonus. It's actually part and parcel of your compensation. It's paid as soon as the policy is accepted by the customer. You get paid your FYC, in this example, 50%, plus your bonus, which is a percentage of the FYC. So our starting bonus for your first 5 or 6 sales, okay, depending on how fast you get that done. Sometimes you can do it even quicker. Sometimes, we have people getting promoted in their first week. But if you have the new contract with us as a brand new agent, your bonus is 40%. Now, mind you, that 40% is lower than the traditional MGA world. That's not a secret. The reason it's lower is because of the hand-holding and the support that you're going to receive from one of your mentors at Experior. We have senior managers and executive directors that have a vested interest in your success. So often cases, they'll be going out on appointments with you, not requiring you to split any sale with them. You get 100% of the sale, and they earn an override on that sale. So they have a vested interest to train you. Now, let's do the math though. 50% FYC, 40% bonus of the FYC, 40% of 50 is another 20%. So you earn 70% of that $1,000 annual premium. So if you go out as a trainee with a new person with a licensed, experienced mentor, you're going to sit there, in most cases, drinking coffee, eating cookies, and watching your trainer. But because this was one of your contacts, one of the people that you brought to the table to service as a customer of Experior, guess what? You're going to earn 70% commission on that sale. That's going to happen for your first few sales. Once you get promoted to senior financial associate, your bonus increases to 70%. At a 70% bonus, 70% of that 50 FYC example means you're earning an extra 35%. So now you're earning 85%. So on $1,000 in premium, you would earn $850. On top of that, you also earn a residual income every single year for the life of the policy. Isn't that something? Not only do you get paid today, you get paid next year, the year after, and the year after for that same customer that you helped out today. Now, the next position is 100% contract. And this is where most of our agents fall, at 100% and above. Okay, most of our agents that have any sort of experience, you've been in the market, in the industry 3-4 months, you'll be at a senior manager contract. Senior manager contract, 100% bonus, simple math. What's 100% of 50? 50. Add those together. You earn 100% of the premium. Now, if it was a universal life sale, which is a 65% FYC, you'd earn 100% of 65, so you'd be earning 130% of the annual premium. If it was a whole life at 55%, you would earn 55, 100% of 55, you'd earn 110% on a whole life policy, typically. So, now, the next positions are super exciting because a lot of these companies that encourage recruiting and building and all this stuff, they do it because it's the only way to move up. The only way to move up is to recruit. See, at Experior, we are the only company that took some of the attributes of the network marketing world, but where you don't have to recruit a single human being to get promoted all the way up the ranks to the highest possible contract. And the highest contract at Experior is 160%. You can earn 160% as a personal producer. What that means is you take that 50 FYC, 160% bonus of that means you're earning an additional $800 plus the $500. That's $1,300 to go out there and help a family on that sale. And obviously much higher depending on the type of product sold and what the FYC is. Now, executive director, on the other hand, is another road. Senior managers can earn up to 160%. They go from 100 to 120 to 140, 145. You can earn up to 150, then up to 160 with some of our bonuses. On top of that, you earn carrier bonuses. 7 companies that we deal with right now, which you'll see right there on the screen, also have bonuses on top of the bonus that you're going to make. And the minimum is 15% with these companies, and they go as high as 40%, which means as a personal producer, as a senior manager with us, without recruiting anybody, you can earn 160% on your own pen, plus up to 40% bonus. That's a 200% bonus on your own pen with certain carriers that we have access to. Now, the builder side of this model is what I'm really excited to share with you. You can earn as an executive director, and an executive director is the sexiest contract in financial services history. An executive director, not only do you own your book of business like every other agent in Experior, whether you're a financial associate, a senior financial associate, a senior manager, an executive director also owns their book of business day one. But you also build ownership of your agency. And this does not exist in the insurance space today in Canada, nor does it exist in the United States of America, where we also operate in all 50 states. How do I know this to be true, that we're the only one? Well, it's simple. Ask anyone in the industry to show you their contract that stipulates they have ownership of their agency. I'm not talking about a presentation or a slideshow or someone on stage going, your business is worth 10x if you build with us. No, I'm talking about contracts that you bring to your lawyer. You have your accountant's review, because if you die, what happens to your agency? See, with Experior, let me tell you how our ownership works at the executive director level. First of all, to become an executive director, all you need is 7 producing agents in your organization. There's also some production requirements, $30,000 of submitted premium over a 2-month period. But let me tell you about the executive director contract itself. It ranges between 140 and 160, okay? But you also have ownership of your agency, which means if God forbid you were to pass away, your business contractually can be passed on to your beneficiary, okay? To a loved one, to your children, if you will, at 75% guaranteed buyout for the next 10 years. And not only that, as an executive director, when you start to promote other executive directors, who, by the way, have the same contract you have, you also earn on a first-generation executive director. That means they were coming out of your agency. You still earn 28% bonus on every sale that happens in their agency, over and above what we're paying that executive director. So we could be paying them 160%. We're still paying you 28% over and above what we're paying them. But not only that, you now expand on your ownership. Rather than having 75% guaranteed contractual ownership on your agency for 10 years, you can actually have 75% for 10 years and then 25% indefinitely. As you continue to grow and develop more executive directors, and there's criteria to this, and the person that shared this video with you can show you all the criteria and what it takes to get to the gold, the platinum, and the platinum plus legacy. But as you move your way up to platinum plus, we have a guaranteed contractual buyout to your beneficiary, or if you decide to retire, move to another country, you no longer want to be licensed and operating in the industry, we will guarantee you 75% indefinitely on your business. Nothing exists like this in the industry today. I am super proud to be able to offer agents not only ownership of the agency they build, because, hey, it's your business. We're entrepreneurs here. Not just Jamie and Leanne, the founders, but the people that helped us build this company are also entrepreneurs. So on top of that agency ownership, we also issue equity in Experior. And right now, when you become an executive director, we issue you shares in our Canadian and our US corporation. Now, you might be wondering, well, what's this US corporation you're talking about? I'm Canadian, eh? Maybe there's something to this. Well, we have another video that you can watch called IMO of the Future, which talks about our US operation. But let's get back to Canada for now. You will earn equity shares in Experior on the Canadian and the US operation when you become an executive director. And as you move up the ranks to senior executive, national executive, and senior national executive director, you can earn additional shares where you can get to the point where you earn up to 14,000 shares in the fastest growing MGA on Canadian soil. Now, I did just touch on, the US of A, and here's one of the exciting things. As a Canadian building your agency in Experior Canada, you can actually start building in the USA today. There is no waiting period, no holding period, nothing. If you know people in the USA that are excited about going into business for themselves, you can actually start building immediately. As of the recording of this video, we've only started recruiting in the US just under 3 years ago, and we've already got over 1,400 licensed agents. We plan to take that to 14,000 in the next 24 months. And we know that a lot of the Canadians that are watching this video are going to be a part of that expansion. Matter of fact, many of our Canadian leaders today are a part of that expansion. And the cool thing about that is now you're earning your living in Canadian dollars, but you can be building your life in American dollars. Or you can do a combination of both. But that's really super fantastic that we have that ability. And to my knowledge, we are the only MGA in Canada that operates on both sides of the border. And when I say MGA, again, I always mean real MGA, because I know there's some companies that are maybe multi-level that call themselves MGAs, but we're the only real one where ownership of the book and everything else, as far as the MGA world is concerned. Now the other part that I really want to touch on before I let you go today is the trips and incentives and cool programs that we have. We actually have this 6-figure ring that you can qualify for. Anyone that earns over 6-figure rings, then you can get different stones in it as you progress. And some people think, well, is that cheesy? You're giving a ring for someone that makes 6 figures. Well, first of all, the first 6 figures that you earn in this industry is probably the hardest. And if you can get to 6 figures, you can get to 200K, 300K, 500K, $1 million. So we recognize those people with this beautiful gold ring. By the way, price of gold's going up. This beautiful solid gold ring. And it looks like one of those, Super Bowl rings. And you might think that that's weird. We also have more of a feminine version. I guess you could say it's a bit smaller. But some people like this Super Bowl ring because what it represents is a team of people that they're helping. It represents the customers that they're serving, but it also represents that they're going out there and winning for their family. So we are huge on recognition. And right now we have a new ring being, provided to someone pretty much on a weekly basis. Sometimes we have 2 or 3 on a weekly basis. So we're super excited about that. We also do company trips, our own company trips through some of the sponsoring carriers that we have. We do the trips every 2 years right now. Probably by 2025, we'll be doing the trips every single year. But our agents that are out there producing can also earn multiple trips every year with the carriers that we do business with. That's on the American side producers and the Canadian side producers. So we're super excited about that because people love trips. We also do a convention every single year. This past year, we had almost 1,000 people at our convention. It was absolutely electric. We always have special guests come in. One year we had Vanilla Ice come in. We had he wrapped out an amazing event. I had an interview with him. We also had Muggsy Bogues come to our last event. Muggsy Bogues just shared from the heart, was in tears, just sharing his story of overcoming adversity. For those that don't know Muggsy Bogues, he was the shortest NBA basketball player in the history of the NBA, and just overcoming obstacles. But that leads me to this. When it comes to overcoming obstacles, I believe that it takes leadership. It takes mentors. It takes people to help you get from one stage to the next. And if there's one thing that I am more proud of than anything else when it comes to Experior, that is our leaders. We have some leaders that have a heart. We have leaders that are still in the game. We have leaders that will pour themselves into their agents to help them grow and succeed. And I'll tell you what, you may not know some of our leaders today, but as you get to know them, there will be one word that comes to mind. And this one word is a word that I don't even like to use, but I have to use it when I talk about the leadership team at Experior. And this is a word that, by the way, 90% of people that use this word don't freaking have it. But I'm going to use it right now in this video at the risk of sounding cheesy or fake. But that word is integrity. I believe that we have leaders with integrity. And this goes right from the top down. And guess what? Leaders who don't have integrity do not make it at Experior long term. We talk about fuzzy, warm feelings and good stuff too much, we'll just scare you on out of here. See, we don't want agents that are willing to go in and flip and churn business because that can make them commissions. We don't want agents that will take advantage of downline agents because that's going to make them more money short term. We don't want agents that are going to talk bad behind other people's backs to try and give themselves an upper edge. See, we want agents of character and integrity. If you have character, integrity, and a crazy work ethic, welcome to your future at Experior. We're here to build something special, and we hope you'll join us on this journey. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
For more awesome content, like and subscribe now.
We are the Icebreakers team. Our team writes more business per licensed agent than any other Experior Financial Group team in both the US and Canada. We are also the fastest growing team within Experior Financial Group in both the USA and Canada. We have full modern training in English, Spanish, and French. For more information on how to power up your life insurance business through joining the Icebreakers team of champions, contact the person that sent you this video or scan the QR code. Thank you for watching and see you next time.